Okay, those are my lecture notes, and so all rights and privileges and everything is it's from McGraw Hill. I don't know any of the information in there. It's from McGraw Hill. So it's digital marketing is a course. Raj Sakdev prepared this, and with digital marketing, chapter 4, we are dealing with digital brand, trust, and reputation management strategy. So that's a marketing course, but this is purposely for digital marketing. As corporate bodies and firms, we already know what the world has turned to now. It's the digital age, and so the Internet of Things and the Internet of Everything. Everything has been digitized, and so you have to get a digital brand, and you have to gain trust and reputation, and also develop a management strategy. So that is the topic that we are going to delve in for this chapter. Let's go. The table of content will look at digital brand, trust, reputation management. We'll look at the objectives of, a digital brand, trust, reputation management. We'll look at strategies and tactics. We'll look at few management analytics and what have you. So, what are digital brand, trust, and reputation management? Let's try and define digital brand, digital trust, and digital reputation management. So, when we say digital brand or trying to create a digital brand, excuse me, my bad, bless me. Digital Brand Institute, which is a global hub for digital branding resources, education, and training. They define a digital brand as the identity, visibility, and credibility among consumers who discover, relate to, interact with a brand on digital platforms. So I'm taking it again. The keywords. When we say digital branding resources, we are talking about the education and training that defines a digital brand. So Digital Branding Institute, which is a global hub for digital branding resources, education, and training. That is the work of the Digital Branding Institute. They are in charge of digital branding resources, the education and training. So if you want to get a good brand and keep on getting information and training on your brand, then you should sign up with the Digital Branding Institute. And so we are saying that this Digital Branding Institute, they have defined digital brand as the identity. So it's your identity, the visibility, and credibility. So brand is not only identity, it's not only visible, but it's also the credibility among consumers who discover, relates, and interact with a brand on digital platforms. So digital branding is the identity, the visibility, the credibility among consumers who discover, relate, and interact with a brand on digital platforms. Digital identity often involves a story of the digital brand and what it stands for. So anytime we talk about digital identity, we are talking about what is the brand and what does it stand for. When we say visibility, we are talking about the extent to which consumers will see or be exposed to the brand through digital channels. Okay, so we have a lot of digital channels. As to how these, as to how a particular brand would be noticed, there will be conversations on that brand on various or the multiple digital channels that we have. Is the ability to measure how visible it is. So that is what we term as digital visibility. Then we have digital credibility. It is a trust a consumer places in the brand in an online context. So if you have a brand, that brand should earn trust of consumers, and they should be able to know that this particular brand is associated with these things. And credibility goes with what? With trust. They should earn your trust that this application, this digital channel belongs to this brand. And if you order any product there, if you order services there, you'll be able to receive it and receive the quality thereof and all that kind of thing. So when we talk about digital branding, we are talking about first credibility, which goes with trust. We are talking about visibility, and we are talking about identity. You need to identify with that brand. You need to trust the brand, and you need to that brand needs to be visible. Digital trust is very important because it's that part of digital branding that focuses on building credibility. Credibility is very, very, very important in digital marketing because there are scammers, there are people out there who are doing everything. Okay. So if you create a brand for consumers to be able to affiliate with that brand, there should be trust. And trust goes with reliability of the brand. They should be able to rely on that brand and say that this brand is going to give me the best thereof, the best I need. Okay. How much integrity it holds, how believable the brand is. Brands that have lost trust due to negative activities have to work extremely hard to regain it. And the most important information I want to add is that anytime a brand, due to so many mechanizations and activities, loses its trust to consumers, to clients, you don't only lose it to present customers, you lose it to past customers, present and future customers. So trying to hold on, with your own credibility to gain trust is not easy, and you should do that so that you don't lose customers and have to work so hard to correct that damage. It is very important you do that. Now we have what we call digital reputation management. Digital reputation management. When we say digital reputation management, it involves building the brand's name. You build the brand's name, standing, and status. Building the brand's name, standing, and status. That is a digital reputation. We say that we manage the feedback, whether positive or negative, in digital contexts. So we have digital reputation management, and it involves a brand's name, standing, and status. We manage the feedback. Sorry. So what is digital reputation? It is activity that is relevant to brands, regardless of their size. But the trust is what builds on credibility, and it also builds on to the repute of the firm. So when we talk of digital reputation management, we are saying that we have to build the brand's name, its standing, and its status, so that everybody can say this is a very reliable, this is a very credible, this is a very trustworthy brand, and that is a reputation. It becomes external. Okay. And with that, we are able to manage feedback, positive and negative. So that is by way. So the difference between the digital trust is the trust goes on with building credibility. Credibility goes on integrity, reliability, and the believing in what in that brand. And when we say reputation, reputation means that the you've got a certain communication, and that has built your name, your status. Okay, that you've earned a certain status in the society, and with that you need to also consider how you manage your reportage and communicate, and it's very important. Digital brand trust and reputation management objectives. Digital brand, the trust, reputation management objective. Now, key objectives related to digital brand, digital trust, and digital reputation management include: one, when we say uh, we want to outline key objectives that relate to a digital brand, digital trust, and digital reputation management, includes you establish a digital brand that digital consumers know and recognize. So the brand must be notable. It should be it should be easily visible. People should identify with the brand and recognize it. So that's the first objective. The brand should be known. Two, the brand that we have created and that is known, we should create awareness of the brand. So if I have my brand is, for instance, Escalate contracting, Escalate TV, Escalate wares, Escalate farms, whatever I have created. Okay, if I have created that, I don't have to keep it. It's a brand, and this brand is what is going to tell the public, potential consumers and clients, what actually I do with my brand. And I should earn trust, build repute with my brand. And also, it doesn't end there. I should continually set some objectives with supposed to be associated with this brand in order to build it and make it strong and get a lasting legacy. And with that, what do? We have to make the brand known, and also we need to create awareness of the brand. And it doesn't end there. We need to maintain a brand and the image it has gained. So you create awareness, it is known, and then you would have to also make sure you maintain the image of the brand. Okay? And that is where it will lead us to achieving digital durability to make a brand last in an online world. Okay? You achieve digital durability to make a brand last in an online world. That's very important. So we keep the digital interests of the consumers as well, and increase digital retention and loyalty. Because if you create a digital brand, or you create a brand and you communicate your brand digitally, it shouldn't only be a thing of the moment. It should be able to create digital retention and loyalty. There should be conversations on various channels and platforms of which you have gained this your brand. Okay? Of which your brand has been credible, of which your brand has gained its own repute, of which your brand has its own trust. You should generate conversations that would merit digital retention and loyalty because people have associated with your brand. Then we also talk of capitalizing on digital differentiation, which is consumers' perception, superior differences in an organization's digital marketing activities. So the different digital uh, platforms, the different digital innovations that we have, you should capitalize on it to build your brand and make sure that you market your brand's activities through that. So capitalize on digital differentiation to market your brand. It's very important. So these are objectives that set in regards to that. Now, let's look at digital brand, trust, reputation management considerations with regards to strategies and tactics. Okay, so strategies and tactics. Let's look at this image. We have Google, we have Samsung, we have Amazon, we have Microsoft, we have Apple, we have Toyota, you have Coca-Cola, we have a number of them, McDonald's, BM, Cisco, Instagram, IBM, Oracle, Adobe, Destiny, Louis Vuitton. Look, this image, we have all these there. Now, let's look at this. As seen in this image, top global brands include many technology brands, which are prominent across digital channels. So Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Samsung are all technology or technology-related brands. So what do we mean that some brands are technology brands? And these are also prominent on major digital channels. And we give example of Apple, We gave example of Samsung, Amazon. These are all technology. But Toyota, Coca-Cola, Mercedes-Benz, McDonald's, and BMW, they rely heavily on digital marketing, but are not technology brands themselves. So what is this image portraying? This image is saying that we have some brands that are technology brands. So it's easy for them to even use their own technological apps to market their own products and to talk of their own technologies, and create their own digital brands because they are technological brands. And Apple, Amazon, they are technological brands. So they know how to go on with their own marketing strategies. But we have other brands that are not technological brands, but they have to now rely on, for instance, apps are built based on technology. And so if you want to buy right now, I have my Apple phone. I go and I download Amazon app, and I buy and do transactions and everything from Amazon app on an Apple phone or on a Samsung phone, which is an Android, right? So that is what we are trying to talk about. Digital brand strategies, tactics, value proposition, and positioning. Digital brand value proposition. A digital brand should offer a clear value proposition, which is very important, that is relevant to a digital audience. So the value proposition should convince a customer to understand what the brand stands for. The digital brand proposition should communicate the essentials of the brand. And that is what is going to make the consumer or the client understand and know what the brand stands for. It recognizes the value it provides. It buys from the brand. Okay. This value must come out loud and clear. So if you have a brand, the brand should be able to offer the clear value proposition. And this brand should be able to convince a consumer to buy. It is this brand that is going to communicate the essentials of the brand. And so every brand should be clear, should be explicit in terms of communication so that people will recognize the value it provides and be able to affiliate and buy from it. Now, when we say digital brand proposition, a brand should be positioned in a way that resonates with its target customers. Brands may select from various digital branding approaches. A brand should be positioned in a way that resonates with its target customers. Brands may select from various digital branding approaches, and that is true. So digital brand positioning, every brand should be positioned in such a way that they would reach their target audience and be able to market digitally. Okay, and with that, it's the responsibility of their brand to select various branding approaches and also to be able to market what they have. Okay, so we have some brands that do what we call emotional digital branding to appeal to consumer emotions. We have brands that do personal digital branding to enhance an individual's image and gain followers. We have some brands that do sustainable digital branding. They position a brand in the environmental space, and that is very, very important. So digital brand positioning is very important because we have emotional digital branding to appeal to consumer emotions, personal digital branding to enhance an individual's image and gain followers, and then we have sustainable digital branding that will position the brand in the environmental space. So we have digital brand positioning, and it is very, very important. And we have what we call emotional digital branding to appeal, okay, to appeal to the emotions of consumers. Okay, so you need to consider emotional digital branding, personal digital branding, sustainable digital branding. What is it? Digital brand story strategies. Telling the digital brand story. Let consumers know what the digital brand is all about and what value the brand may provide to consumers. This can be done through imagery, design, and words, such as website content, blogs, social media posts. So digital brand story strategies. So digital brand story strategies. They tell the digital brand story. Let consumers know what the digital brand is all about and what value the brand may provide to consumer. Digital brand design strategies. Design of a logo can provide perception about the type of brand it is, convey feelings about a brand at the same time. For example, organizations can display, for example, organizations can display themselves as trendy, trustworthy, expert, cost-effective, and high-end. This can be done through imagery, design, words such as website content, blogs, social media posts are all digital brand story strategies. And then when we say trendy, trustworthy, expert, cost-effective, high-end, these are examples that organizations can display themselves as digital brand design strategies. So the digital brand story, we look at consumers, we let them know what the brand is all about and what value the brand provides to consumers. Then we build on website content, blogs, and social media posts. And we use imagery, design, and words to do these digital brand stories and all that. Digital brand design strategies. They can go on and build even a logo, and that is a design strategy, and provide the perception about the type of brand it is and convey feelings about the brand. So sometimes the logo itself brings feelings, conveys feelings, and all that at the same time. And we can use organizations that can display them like trendy, trustworthy, expect, cost effectiveness, and high end. Now, digital marketing value creation. William Coulis, came up with the MACE framework, proposing that 4 factors may be used to prolong digital brand life. Mastery involves providing a reward or incentive to stay with the brand. So we provide reward or incentive to stay with the brand. Accessibility involves making it easy for consumers to obtain a product or service. Then we have cadence. Cadence is the creation of content, including micro content, allowing user content, contribution, and constant communication, even when things are going badly. Then we have the ensnarement. It's making the brand sticky so that consumers may stay with it. Ensnare, you have to ensnare them. So when we say digital marketing value creation, there is this name, the MACE framework, that proposes a 4-factor which is used to prolong digital brand life. You can't just build a brand and leave. The brand should, we said with time, build trust, credibility, reputation, and should be able to create value. And the value proposition, we've already talked about what you can use that. We've also looked at whether you want to find a logo in as a branding strategy, and also if you want to use storytelling through vlogs and other things to tell issues or communicate your brand. Now we said that in digital marketing value creation, the MACE framework has outlined 4 factors that we can use to prolong our digital brand life. Mind you, no one is coming to the digital space for just and create a brand for just immediate reasons. We look at the future and we look at generations of posterity. Now, mastery involves providing a reward or incentive to stay with the brand. So mastery involves providing a reward or incentive to stay with the brand. 2, accessibility involves making it easy for consumers to obtain a product or service. 3, cadence is the creation of content, including micro content, allowing user content contribution and constant communication even when things are going badly. They have the ensnarement, is making the brand sticky so that consumers may stay with it. So mastery involves providing a reward or incentive to stay with the brand. That's more important. Accessibility involves making it easy for consumers to obtain a product or service. And then cadence is the creation of contents, including micro content, allowing user content contribution and constant communication even when things are going badly. So mastery is more important. Reward system, Accessibility, making it easy for consumers to obtain a product or service. Cadence is communication, and that is very important. Creating micro content, allowing user content contribution, and constant communication. So cadence, constant, and then ensnarement is making it sticky so that consumers will not leave that brand. Brands may be centered around digital connectedness. The degree to which consumers, brands, and things are connected through digital means can increase value for consumers and the brand, can increase the association of a consumer with the brand. Digital brand connectedness can also lead to or support digital brand engagement, which is increasing how often and in what ways a consumer engages with a brand. Digital differentiation strategies may help set brands apart. Brands have occasionally found it necessary to rebrand using digital means. Canadian company BlackBerry Limited is one example. Rebranded from company name RIM. BlackBerry was once popular for its smartphones, especially among the business community. So it's already there on my slide. BlackBerry has rebranded as an intelligent security provider, offering services sustainable enterprise cybersecurity and critical event management. It offers AI cybersecurity services and positions itself with a focus on sustainability, as shown in the BlackBerry today. So we say that digital rebranding, and then for instance, with digital rebranding, we say that brands have occasionally found it necessary to rebrand, and they use digital means also. And Canadian company, for instance, BlackBerry Limited, is one example. Initially was providing us with smartphones and helping the business. BlackBerry wasn't a joke. Like every person who had BlackBerry was a big guy. But now they have gone into AI, producing AI cybersecurity services, and they are more. So it has rebranded itself from the smartphone creation into cybersecurity and more of the home security devices. So you see how other digital brands can rebrand and that kind of thing. To increase trust, digital brand. So we see that we build trust through commitment and credibility. If you are doing digital marketing, you build trust through commitment and credibility. And whereas we say that digital brands may need to develop credibility, okay? And which is the extent to which a consumer believes in the brand and its message and will always maintain and choose you over the other. And that credibility is very, very important. To develop credibility with consumers, some brands commit to certain courses and integrity, these to their business model. An example is H&M, which commit to climate circularity by working to reduce its impact on the climate. It adopts a strategy that not only encompasses products and packaging, but also extend to its supply chain. As seen here on its website X page and Facebook Olive Garden display, a variety of images such as Olive Garden X account promotes, you see the Olive Garden website promote never-ending meals and breadsticks, it's already there. You see a lot of breadsticks. I see some salad. I love that garlic bread. Meatballs. I see a lot of them there. So now, consistency strategies and tactics in digital branding. We say that as seen here on the website, you see that X is previously, I think, Twitter. X page and Facebook Olive Garden displays a variety of images such as the scrumptious looking meals and then the unlimited breadsticks and enticing dessert options. The message across channels is consistently clear. Bring family and friends and join us for delicious meals and dessert for everyone. So we say consistency strategies and tactics. All the information that has been displayed here, you see that it goes on to say that bring family and friends and join us for delicious meals and dessert for everyone. That's consistency strategies and tactics. Transparency strategies and tactics. To increase trust and reputation, digital marketers should also ensure design transparency, ensuring that pertinent information is always visible to consumers. Key information used in consumer decision making should not be buried in website terms and conditions. If a certain commitment period is needed when signing up for a service, this information should be made clear. Hiding such details where consumers do not often look could diminish trust. A transparent approach will greatly help increase trust and reputation. To increase trust and reputation, digital marketers should also ensure design transparency. And we are saying that ensuring that pertinent information is always visible to consumers. Key information used in consumer decision making should be buried in website terms and conditions. If a certain commitment period is needed when signing up for a service, this information should be made clear. Hiding such details where consumers do not often look could diminish trust. A transparent approach will greatly help increase trust. So, make everything clear, conspicuous, so that the consumer would be able to associate with certain informations, read them, and be able to understand what you are communicating as a brand. And that is transparency as a strategy and tactic in digital marketing. Now, social and third-party trusts and reputation strategies and tactics. There are many examples of negative feedback received by brands who then need to manage their reputation online. And you can see some examples here. Why can't I speak to someone at their store when I call? It redirects me every time to a caller center. They already told me they can't help me, and I really need to speak to a manager at the Santa Mall location. So there are many examples of negative feedback received by brands who then need to manage their reputation online. As seen in these images, the Best Buy Facebook page, then you can see that, used by consumers to make complaints against the company. While Best Buy could decide not to respond to the complaint in this example, it instead acknowledges the consumer's frustration and attaches importance to their concerns. Monitoring at Taco Bell with a fishbowl. Oh my God. Taco Bell's listening hub, the fishbowl. It enables it to manage trust and reputation by reviewing social media posts. So you see, Taco Bell intentionally has that to monitor that. So that is an example of a digital marketing value creation. And Taco Bell has what it termed as a fishbowl, a social listening room that enables its personnel to review in real time social media activities such as posts, mentions, and positions itself to address any positive and negative feedback. This offers Taco Bell the chance to manage its brand trust and reputation as it is happening online. Symbols of trust and reputation. Symbols of trust and reputation. Many brands use symbols of increased trust and reputation, as seen on this slide, to increase trust. So you see eBay money back guarantee, browse by Carefree, offers a money back guarantee, uses a symbol shield with a dollar sign, reinforces the message with text. So all these are here. So offers a money back guarantee, use a symbol, reinforce the, all these are many brands use symbol to increase trust and other symbols that convey trust include those related to verification by credit card companies. An example is Visa Secure, a program that helps to prevent credit card fraud. It provides security by requiring a password or code before the transaction will be verified. Trust can also be increased by offering a free trial. If the free experience wows consumers, they may decide to continue. Symbols of trust and reputation. And they are there. Visa Secure, Visa helps prevent credit fraud, 30 days free trial, and all that. Yeah. Privacy and security in digital marketing. The HTTPS designation and the website's address along with so digital brand trust, reputation management considerations, and then the privacy and security symbols. We see um, privacy and security in digital marketing, and the HTTPS designation in the website address, along with the associated lock symbol, builds trust among consumers who feel safer conducting transactions online when they see the HTTPS designation. For instance, Norton Safe Web website owners can submit their website to Norton for review to determine whether it is considered safe. This assurance will be displayed as safe if awarded such designation to consumers using this service. Yeah. So, reputation tools. We say a variety of tools can help with reputation management. So, Google offers an alert service that alerts brands when their brand is mentioned. For example, Ariana Grande or her team may want to know what people are saying about her online, as shown in the image to the right. Sources show mentions from the Real Deal, Illy, Australia, Monsters and Critics, Good Morning America. So that is the reputational tools. And you see above Google's alert service, it allows brands to be alerted when their brand is mentioned. So a variety of tools can help with reputation management. Google offers an alert service that alerts brands when their brand is mentioned. For example, Ariana Grande or her team may want to know what people are saying about her online. As shown in the image to the right, that's there. You go and you see what it's people saying. The Real Deal, LA, Australia. That's reputation tools. Brand 24 offers an online reputation management service that tracks mentions of a brand across various digital channels. Its tool reports on social listening by indicating how many mentions the brand had on social media. Hootsuite offers a sentiment tool that reports positive, neutral, and negative sentiment in social media. It can be monitored to check if there are spikes in sentiment over time. Some brands make the mistake of responding too aggressively. When we talk of avoiding pitfalls and then adopting a management strategy, as a brand, a digital brand, if you want to avoid pitfalls and adopt a management strategy, what do you do? And we're saying that some of the brands make mistake of responding too aggressively to consumers. And this it provide negative feedback or negative reviews before responding. So before you respond, if you want to avoid negative reviews or negative feedback, you have to take a breath and formulate a thoughtful response. That's one. You have to remember that responding too slowly can upset an already irate customer and create further negative commentary. You have to follow a good management strategy to determine who will respond, what they will respond to, how soon, well, how soon they will respond, and the tone and voice that will be used. So organizations should avoid deleting negative reviews needlessly. Censorship can damage brand credibility. Posting fake reviews an unethical practice. Digital brand, trust, and reputation management analytics. We want to discuss digital brand, digital trust, digital reputation management analytics. Now, if you look at the exhibit 10.1 key analytics for digital brand, trust, and reputation management. On this slide, you will see the first column, digital brand trust and reputation management analytic, and beneath it, so that brand sentiment. And what measures brand sentiments is how consumers feel about a brand or their attitude toward it. That is what we use to measure brand sentiment. When we talk about brand mentions, what measures brand mention? mentions. Consumer references to a brand in online settings goes on to talk of brand mentions. When we talk of net promoter score, the extent to which favorable brand impressions exceed unfavorable ones. So the extent to which favorable brand impressions exceed unfavorable ones. So for instance, if you want to look at the net promoter score, now the extent to which favorable brand impressions exceed unfavorable ones, you look at the number of promoters over the total number of survey responses. The number of promoters over the total number of survey responses by 100% of promoters. That is it. Then we also look at the number of detractors over the total number of survey responses by 100% of detractors. Okay, so the total number of promoters all over the total number of survey responses by 100% will give you the percentage of promoters, and the number of detractors all over the total number of survey responses will give you the percentage of detractors. Then the third one is the percentage of promoters minus the percentage of detractors will give you the net promoter score. And that is how we measure net promoter score. And I'm taking it again. The net promoter score is the extent to which, the net promoter score is the extent to which favorable brand impressions exceed unfavorable ones. So favorable brand impressions exceed the unfavorable ones. And before you can get the net promoter score, you would first have to divide the number of promoters over the total number of survey responses by 100%. Then you get the percentage of promoters. Then you go again, you divide the number of detractors all over the total number of survey responses by 100%. You get the percentage of detractors. Then you bring the percentage of promoters and you subtract the percentage of detractors. Then you get the net promoter score. And that is the extent to which favorable brand impressions exceed unfavorable ones. So brand sentiment is how consumers feel about a brand or their attitude towards it. It can be measured through various tools. As seen in this slide, you can see that Repustate offers a brand sentiment analysis tool that provides sentiment trends and an overall sentiment analytic, positive, neutral, or negative. Then we can also look at, in the Repustate example, there is a greater than 70% positive result. The brand will need to watch the more than 25%. So you look at this diagram. We say we're looking at brand sentiment. It's how consumers feel about their brand or their attitude towards it. It can be measured through various tools. Okay. So when you look at the Repustate offers a brand sentiment analysis tool that provides sentiment trends and overall sentiment analysis. And this is it. So you look at this and then you can see the key here. So Repustate offers, so if you are a brand owner and you are into digital branding and doing digital marketing with your brand, consider looking at the brand sentiment, which is very important. And you can consider a tool like Repustate for your brand sentiment analysis, which is very, very important. And so we say that in the Repustate example, if there is a greater than 70% positive result, the brand will need to watch the more than 25% negative. So anytime we talk about brand sentiment, we are looking at the negative score, which is also more important, not only the positive score. And this Repustate example says that if the brand considers the brand is having 70% positive result, don't forget to also consider the 25 or the 30% negative response, and that is more important. Yeah. Okay. Some tools allow brands to measure brand mentions. Consumer references to a brand in online settings. So we say Reputation.com provides analytics relating to brand sentiment, but breaks the data into several important areas for brand. So for example, it provides sentiment analytics with respect to customer service, pricing, speed, and other factors. So brand mentions we have tools to measure brand mentions. And we say that consumer references to a brand in online settings is brand mentions. And you can see it on that. And reputation.com offers a tool that can map up your brand mentions and then both even add brand sentiment and all that. So reputation.com provides analytics relating to brand sentiment, but breaks the data into several important areas for brands. Yeah. Okay, then we have brand sentiment tools concluded. We have Swell, and it presents digital reputation analytics to help local businesses understand their brand reputation. So Swell presents digital reputation analytics that help local businesses understand their brand reputation, and that is very, very important. Swell offers a tool. Swell offers a tool geared toward local businesses that provides reputation scores. And these scores enable brands to understand how consumers interact with their brand and even get insight from specific messages and service. Qualtrics is another tool that provides analytics pertaining to reputation. In the example provided, 58% of the billing comments are negative, raising serious cause for concern. Swell offers a tool geared toward local businesses. And so Quatric is another tool that provides analytics pertaining to reputation. That is also very, very good. So Swell is good. Qualtrics is also good. So the brands have to always understand how consumers interact in their brand. And you get insight from specific messages and surveys. Now, we've talked of Net Promoter Score. That measures the extent to which favorable brand impressions exceed unfavorable ones. And I will say it reflects customers' experience and is of relevance to brands, trusts, and reputation. And I will kept on to say that in a one-question survey, customers are asked to state a brand from 0 to 10. And then depending on the response, we say that respondents are categorized rating 9 to 10. They are considered promoters and loyal customers. Anyone who rates 7 to 8 considered passive customers, and 0 to 6 are considered detractors. So the formula for calculating net promoter score is percentage of promoters minus percentage of detractors. Scores range from minus 100 to plus 100. The higher the net promoter score, the better. So McGraw Hill owes all the credit in this slide. Okay, thank you.